Today, we are not talking about choosing yourself in the usual way. We are going deeper. Because sometimes, the moment you need to choose yourself most is not when life is hard, but when temptation looks easy, harmless, and very small. In this episode, we will slowly look at why small temptations can pull us away from ourselves, and how to truly choose yourself before you lose yourself to the comfort right in front of you. And if this is your first time here, welcome. I'm Wendy, and you're listening to Heal and Grow podcast. You know, to put it simply, we rarely lose ourselves all at once. We lose ourselves slowly, through the small comforts that become daily habits. Choosing laziness because working feels hard. Choosing distraction because focus feels uncomfortable. Choosing temporary fun because growth takes time. It never feels like a big decision in the moment. But one day, we may look back and wonder how we became so far away from the life we once dreamed about. And maybe this is why many people, at some point in life, begin to lose themselves without realizing it. Not because they were born weak, not because they do not know what is right, but sometimes they stay in the wrong environment for too long. They stay with the wrong people for too long. They hear too many negative words. They live under pressure for too long. And when a person feels tired, lonely, stressed, or lost, they can let go of themselves more easily than usual. When the mind becomes weak, temptation becomes stronger. When the heart feels empty, the wrong things can sometimes look like comfort. When a person is no longer connected to their values, they can easily be pulled by the crowd, by approval, by money, by temporary feelings, or by people who do not truly want the best for them. I have read many stories and many recent news stories, and I asked myself, why do some people seem to have everything: fame, money, success, and admiration, but still fall, still break down, and still lose themselves in a way that is hard to understand? Maybe because outside success does not always mean inner strength. A person can look very successful in front of the world, but still feel very fragile inside. A person can have many things, but if they lack awareness, boundaries, good friends, and a healthy environment, they can still be carried away. So the question is not only why did they fall? The deeper question is, what slowly makes a person move away from themselves? Because losing yourself usually does not happen in one day. It begins with small moments when you stop listening to your inner voice. The moments when you know something is not good for you, but you still choose it. The moments when you let your environment, your emotions, or other people decide for your values. And if we are not awake and aware, one day we may look back and realize we are no longer the person we once wanted to become. But first, I want to tell you about a psychology effect behind why it is so hard for us to say no to temptations in front of us. It is called present bias. In simple words, present bias is the tendency to choose a small reward that we can have right now, instead of a bigger reward that we have to wait for in the future. When both choices are in the future, we usually think more clearly. For example, if we have to choose between resting today and becoming successful after many years, everyone knows that success is more important. But when temptation is right in front of us, entertainment on the phone, delicious food, comfort, or a fun moment, the brain starts to react differently. It no longer asks, what is good for me in the long term? It only wants to feel satisfied right now. Simply put, present bias makes our brain make the joy of the present feel bigger and makes the future cost feel less clear. When you learn about present bias, you may realize that sometimes the problem is not that you are lazy, weak, or lack willpower. It is simply that the human mind is designed to be attracted to things that feel good right now. And for me, the most dangerous thing is that present bias does not appear like a big storm. It is more like a boat slowly moving a few degrees away from its original direction. At first, almost nothing looks different. But if it keeps moving a little off course every day one day, you look back and realize you are very far from the place you once wanted to reach. Temptation is the same. It rarely destroys us in just one day. The dangerous thing is that it makes us sell our own future for very small pleasures in front of us. Every time we choose short comfort instead of long-term good, we quietly move further away from discipline, from our dreams, and from the person we once promised ourselves we would become. And you know what? One gentle but powerful way to escape present bias is practicing gratitude. Many temptations do not come from what we truly want. They often come from what we feel we are missing. Maybe we are missing rest, joy, love, or the feeling that we are enough. When we feel empty, our brain looks for something quick to make us feel better. Food, shopping, scrolling, entertainment, or attention from others. But gratitude helps us pause. When you feel thankful for what your past self has done, the days you kept going, the times you tried again, the moments you did not give up, you begin to treat yourself with more kindness. You realize that your life today is built from many small efforts in the past. And when you see that, you also want to give something good to your future self. Discipline no longer feels like punishment. It becomes a gift. It becomes a way of saying, I care about the person I am becoming. Maybe one day, your future self will look back and say, thank you for choosing what was right, even when it was hard. That is why gratitude is so powerful. It helps us enjoy the present, respect our past, and protect our future. In fact, Professor David DeStano and his colleagues found something very interesting. Gratitude can help people become more patient. When we feel grateful, we are less controlled by the small reward in front of us. We can wait a little longer for something better in the future. In simple words, gratitude softens the voice in our mind that says, I want it right now. It helps us pause, breathe, and look a little further. It reminds us that we are not only living for today's comfort, we are also building tomorrow's life. So if time management helps us use our mind to stay disciplined, gratitude helps us use our heart to choose better. It does not force us to try harder. It gently says, you have already come a long way. You deserve a better future. And every right choice you make today is a gift for your future self. And one very important way to avoid losing yourself in front of temptation is to design a better environment for yourself. Many times we do not fail because we are weak. We fail because we stay in a place where temptation can win too easily. If you want to focus, but your phone is always next to you, one small notification can pull your mind away. I am also learning this. When I need to write or do deep work, I put my phone farther away or turn off some notifications. Not because I have perfect self-control, but because I know I can be distracted easily. If you want to live more peacefully, but you are always around people who pull you into complaining, comparing, or unhealthy fun, it will be very hard to keep your inner peace. Choosing your friends is not arrogance. It is a way to protect your energy. If you want to eat better or sleep earlier, do not only tell yourself, I must be more disciplined. Make the right choice easier. Prepare better food at home. Put your phone away before bed. Lower the light. Make your room calmer. That is how important environment is. It quietly teaches us what is normal. A good environment helps us remember who we want to become. But an environment full of temptation, pressure, and comparison can make us forget what truly matters. So do not only ask, how can I become stronger? Ask yourself, what can I change around me so it is easier for me to make better choices? Sometimes, beating temptation does not mean forcing yourself to be strong all the time. Sometimes it means knowing your weakness, moving away from what easily pulls you down, and choosing a safer place where you can become the person you truly want to be. And maybe this is what I want to leave with you after today's episode. Temptation may make you feel good for the next 10 minutes, but overcoming it can give you a more peaceful, healthy, joyful, and meaningful life for the next 10 years. 1 hour of delay may only give you a little comfort right now. One wrong choice may only give you a little fun for a short time. One time of giving in to yourself may look very small, but life is built from small things repeated again and again. The important thing to remember is this: whether the choice is good or bad, in the end, we are the ones who have to live with its results. No one can exercise for you. No one can study for you. No one can heal for you. And no one can live your life for you. So before every temptation, maybe pause for a moment and ask yourself, am I choosing a little comfort for the next few minutes? Or am I choosing a peaceful and meaningful life for many years later? Let your future self look back one day and smile. Thank you for not giving up on that day. Thank you for saying no to the things that made us weaker, so we could say yes to the life we truly deserve. And if there is one thing I hope you carry with you today, it is this: be brave enough to say no to the temptations that are pulling you away from yourself. Not because you are taking joy away from yourself, but because you are protecting your peace, your health, and your own life. You deserve a better future, and that future begins with the very small choices you make today. Thank you for staying and listening until this moment. If today's episode touched you, even just a little, I hope it becomes a gentle reminder that you always have the right to choose again, start again, and protect your life from the things that pull you away from yourself. If you want to keep growing a more positive mind, a more peaceful heart, and a stronger version of yourself, please watch more episodes in this playlist. I will see you again in the next episode.